Parents, friends, teachers, and administrators, welcome. I'd have to say my inspiration to write this speech would be a bad case of senioritis. I know, that's weird, considering that's what steered most of us away from doing any kind of work these last few months. As we moved deeper into the semester, I noticed looking forward to the weekend was the only thing pushing me through the weekdays. The more I thought about it, I realized that this idea of the weekend has really come to define who we are today. We push ourselves through the week to get to the weekend, and we push ourselves to the point where we are really only living 2 out of the 7 days in the week. Sure, our heart is always beating and we're breathing just the same on the weekdays as we do the weekend, but it's not quite the same. Are we truly living throughout those 5 days, or are we on autopilot? We can change this, and we can learn how to look forward to the weekdays just as we do the weekend. Our daily lives can transform and be filled with a greater meaning if we try something new. Let's take risks. Let's destroy our fear of failure. And let's cherish the time we have here. If we do those things, we'd find ourselves more invested in the here and now instead of what is yet to come. We'd become one step closer to truly living by taking risks in life, of any degree. So many people live within unhappy circumstances and yet do nothing to change the situation because they are conditioned to a life of familiarity. I'm leaving here and off to college, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say hi to 3 people that would wear things I would never put on my body. I'll take a class because people say it's hard, or I'll even try food I cannot pronounce. Only when I take risks do I discover who I am. So join me. Take a risk. Living is not only taking risks, but destroying the human fear of failure. We've allowed society to label failure as something only associated with defeated people, the losers. When we see successful people, we only see the reflection of their successes. We do not see the journey of getting there. We do not see the time dedicated to perfecting a dance routine, or we do not see the time musicians spend mastering an instrument. Failure is something we will all face in our lives. It's inevitable unless, of course, you've lived so very carefully that you may very well have never lived at all. And if that is the case, you've already failed. Failure will teach you things that you can never be taught. You may come to find that you have the ability to persevere when faced with adversity, that you have a strong will, or even a group of friends who love you. How else can you measure yourself or the durability of your relationships until both have faced affliction? Failure is not something we should fear, but something we should embrace. We must risk failure in order to live. The gifts of failure are humility, resilience, grit, and stamina. With these, life derives a greater meaning. Our dreams, passions, goals, or experiences evolve to a greater meaning when we have someone to share them with. Which brings me to my final point, cherishing our time together. I've always been told, a good friend is a connection to life, a tie to the past, a road to the future. In life, we must learn to live in the moment and to make value of these moments. We create this value by being in the company of one another, laughing with one another, and supporting one another. As a community, we faced the unimaginable, but each time we stood up stronger than before. In this very moment, I couldn't tell you what Orwell's 1984 was about. Well, mainly because I didn't read it. Sorry, Slipka. But I can tell you about the time our men's varsity basketball team won the state championship game. I couldn't recite to you the equation for a vertical ellipse with a shifted center, but I can tell you how our community came together the night before senior year after hearing of the death of Robert Orlando. Or when we came together at Oak Hill Park in loving memory of Tony Grosso. The people you see before me are my rock in times of sadness and tears. These are the moments I will forever remember, and you are the people I will carry with me. It's incredible that after 4 years of studying and laughing with one another, that we're down to our final few moments in our high school careers. So I want to leave the class of 14 with a few final words. While tomorrow brings a new journey, today marks the end of a chapter in our lives. The world is now our canvas. Hospitals, office buildings, and battlefields will now become our classrooms. My hope for you is that you use every drop of potential that you have within you, that you may find beauty in unexpected places. My hope is that we, Monte Vista High School's graduating class, learn to live life to its greatest extent. Thank you.